What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, I've actually been seeing some really fun fusion tier list drama going on along some content creators over the past week or so. And I actually watched the first video that Chosen did, a big shout out to you, saying latest tier list drama, was I right or was I wrong? And I actually did watch this video, but when he released it, it's been about 10 days or so, but I can't remember the champions that he chose on his fusion tier list. So I've chosen, ironically, no pun intended, to do a fusion tier list as well and see how much that my one is going to relate to the other content creators who also made theirs, because I can't remember what Chosen chose. Oh my god, there's so much Chosens going on. But yeah, straight afterwards, Ash made a video kind of making his fusion tier list, and I'm assuming in this video that Chosen was reacting to what Ash chose. So it's all fun and games. We're all very good friends. A big shout out to all of them. I'll link their channels below as well for you guys to go and drop a cheeky little subscription because they're amazing. And then also, my good friend in Nub Raids earlier on today actually did a fusion tier list to kind of counter their one in a sense. So I thought it would be fun to see my take on it without being swayed at all by seeing their tier list. As you see, I haven't, there's no red bar, I haven't watched it yet. But I was about to, I'm not gonna lie. So let's give another little like, there we go. Make sure you guys do that as well. And now we're gonna do the tier list. So let me move myself out of the way. Now, I just wanna say guys, I am no pro in tier lists. I have never done one. Actually, I did a Doom Tower one ages ago. But in terms of champions, I've actually never done one. So I'm really excited to do this. And if you disagree with me towards the end of the video, let me know in the comment section below which champions you would have changed. Because nobody's perfect, right? We all like different champions for different reasons. But I'm going to look at this in a different way. I'm not sure how they judged theirs. But I'm going to judge mine on overall utility, in a sense. Or being very good in one specific scenario. But if I think someone's trash, they're going in the F tier. So, alright. Who should we start off with here? We'll start off with Razin, because he's one of the fusions that you can get from the very start, right? Damn, I'm probably going to get rinsed in the comments. Okay. I'm going to put him in B tier. Reason being is, he's great for clan boss, he's great for progression, and he's really strong for the faction wars crypts. So you got like Terminator manipulation with bog down. We got drop defense and weaken in one skill set. So when you're coming up against Demon Lord or bosses in general, I feel like he holds value for progression at the very, very least. And for an endgame player, personally, I use him only in faction wars at the moment. But I remember the impact that this champion did have on my account. So I'll put him in B because in endgame, I don't feel like he's used as much. But I feel like to progress, he's a really strong champion. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Razin there. Brackus the Shifter. Oh man, this is a tough one. I actually made a video with Brackus and he's in my clan boss team now. But the thing is, I don't see a lot of people using him, but I love him. I'm going to put him in A tier for now. I actually am. Now, it might not be a choice that everybody thinks. But he's got a 6-time hitter on the A2 ability, which is amazing for Warmaster procs, or should I say Giant Slayer, against the Demon Lord clan boss. And he also applies the weaken. So he's got a really crucial debuff for clan boss whilst hitting 6 times. He can also hit relatively hard with that A3 ability, which I think is really nice. And he's got that quirky passive for PvP, where if you kill him, he revives himself and he can come through and slash like any of the other champions on their team, as long as he's built correct. He also has the True Fear mechanic as well, and I just feel like he holds value in multiple places, like Skinwalker's Faction Wars, Clan Boss, nuking in PvP, and just fun for True Fear and crowd control. So yeah, I think with the self-revive as well, with the passive. So I'm going to put him here for now. He might not be top tier A, but he'll go there. And then Killian the Lucky, or Cillian, however you say it, I'm going to put straight into F tier. I think this champion is absolute garbage. And there's too much RNG in his kit for the A2, I believe. So I'm not a fan of him, and I never have been. But I like the way that he looks in the game. Let's throw an S tier into the mix. I'm going to go for Under Priest Brogni. I feel like the value of his shields, being the only champion to extend the value of shields as well, especially being in the same skill set. He's very unique with the way that he reflects his damage as well to targets under shields. And he's just versatile for everywhere in this game. Like you talk about Hydra Boss, Clan Boss, PvP, stall defense teams, progression in the Doom Tower. You name it, you can bring Underpants Brogni wherever you like. Yes, I called him Underpants. Next up, we're going to go for... I really like Kantra. I don't have her personally, but whenever I'm doing sharp haul videos, this is one that I regret not doing. And I think I'm going to put her in... Do I use it elsewhere? Would I use it elsewhere though? I feel like she's very narrowed down to being strong in Hydra Boss. But she's very good in Hydra Boss from what I've seen. I'm going to put her in B tier for now. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave her here for now. Just because I feel like she's really strong in one specific scenario. But I might change that later on. We'll see. Harvest Jack came around the same time as Brackus. I'm so tempted to go A tier with him. I think B is probably good for him because he's got the AoE True Fears. There's that decreased speed mechanic. There's block buffs if they're under a fear. He has strips on the A1 with the A1 skill. And also his passive is very unique because when he's attacked, he actually decreases the duration of all ally buffs or the person that hits him or something like that. So in a kind of normal or hard Hydra Boss team, he can actually sit there and if your buffs are stolen, as long as he's being hit, he's decreasing the duration just by being here. And I think that's pretty sweet. He's also a really solid HP champion, very tanky, and provides some really strong debuffs in his kit. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Harvest Jack, and I think B is a good place to put him. Foley, he hits hard, but I'd say there's other champions out there that hit a lot harder. I'll put him in B for now. Maybe around... I'll probably do something like this for now in terms of order, because I feel like Kantra's still very strong. Maybe like this. There we go. Moranix, I'm a big fan of Moranix, but in terms of her damage, it's decent. But I don't feel like she's like a crazy champion, man. Like, she's fun, don't get me wrong. I can't put her in C. Man, that B tier is looking steep right now. I just don't feel like their value deserves to be in A at the moment. Maybe arguably Foley, but I'll put him high B. But Moranix, Hex, Drop Defense, okay, but many other champions can kind of fulfill that role, right? And unless you're building a specific Hex team, with like a Ruler Huntmaster and Moranix, I don't know. I feel like because she requires so much setup to make her amazing, I don't know. Sigmund the High Shield, I'm going to put straight into A tier. I think he's one of the best fusions that's ever come out in Raid. And I just love the way that he plays. He's very tanky. He's got those shield buffs. He's got AoE provokes. His A1 is great as well. And I believe he's got a passive or aura for 40% in Doom Tower battles. So I'm actually a very strong candidate for Sigmund. And I think he's a great progression / Hydra Boss champion. And I use him like very regularly, to be honest. So yeah, I like him. Ruler Huntmaster, for the same reason as Moranix, is just that you kind of need the hex up and the setup to make him amazing. But he does hit really, really hard. Like, one of the best damage dealers in the game. Let me switch this up a little bit. I'm going to probably put Moranix and Ruler Huntmaster above these two. Like this, yeah. I'll probably do that. Shamrock, I feel like he's underrated. For Hydra Boss, in particular. I know Nubbraids is a big fan of him. But he does have the increased defense, the increased speed, the decreased speed, I believe, as well. And he's got so much utility. I'm going to put him in A tier. B tier. Oh, man. I am so bad at this, guys. Oh, see, for me, I look at stuff very differently, in a sense. Because champions that people don't really like is the ones that I tend to like. I'm going to put Shamrock in high B as well. I don't think he brings so much. I'll leave him at high B for now. Drogu, I'm probably going to say C tier. He's okay, but many other champions outshine him in terms of support. But I wouldn't put him in F tier alongside Killian. No way. Same kind of thing with Eligaius. I feel like if you're progressing in Nightmare Campaign where you're trying to pass those Valkyrie waves, for instance, and trying to put the cooldowns down, or even in Doom Tower progression or specific tag team arena teams, I feel like Eligaius does have some use, but it's very niche, I'd say. But I wouldn't say that Eligaius is trash whatsoever. But a champion I don't like at all. The thing is, he does ally attack, right? I can't be like biased to what I think, because for me, like if I say Luna Forest, I say F tier. But in terms of like progression, I do see it, honestly. So for the sake of a tier list, I'm gonna have to put him in C tier, I think. F tier, I'm probably gonna put a Vergamcar. Yeah, I'm gonna put Vergamcar down here. I don't see him used anywhere. I don't think it has meant much of an impact. Maybe some very niche places in the Doom Tower. But I am not a fan of Vergamcar whatsoever. So he's going down here. Walking Tomb Dreng, I'm going to put in A tier. Honestly. Because he's got the non-resistible burn, guys. And the other champion that I can recall that does that is Ignatius. And you have to summon that dude. But if you manage to fuse this guy, because it's a fusion tier list, having a non-resistible burn AoE is actually really, really strong. And on top of that as well, I believe that he has the Equalizer ability that's very similar to the Senesha, the Epic. But he actually does an AoE attack with that. So it's kind of a buffed up version of Senesha's Equalizer ability. And once again, there's not many champions in the game that have Equalizer, especially with him being such a tanky HP-based champion. So I think in terms of support, healing, non-resistible burns, which kind of puts him up there for me, I think Walking Tomb Dreng deserves to be up here. Skull-Lord Vargao, I would say Hydra, very strong for Hydra. But elsewhere, he's not really doing much, I'd say. There's AoE decrease attack, but so many champions in the game can do decrease attack, right? But to provoke for Head of Decay, I think B tier, very tanky, very fun mechanics of Skull Swans. I like him. Creed of the Witch Arm, I'm going to put in A tier, one of the best ally attack champions in the game. Arguably the best for clan boss teams in particular, bringing those crucial buffs and a lot of damage. So I think Creelers are a really strong one for sure. Another one that I'd put in A tier would be Mother Cybele, one that I missed only because it was part of the Cornelia fusion. And if I didn't get Cornelia for the videos in particular as a creator, I would have loved to have Mother Cybele on the team with Revive on Deaths, Decrease Speed A1, and I feel like she just holds a really strong value in this game, especially for Hydra, I'd say, but just progression in general, and maybe even some Revive on Death funky Bommel teams can come into play there. Opiden Clanfather, I actually don't think he's that bad. I'm going to put him in B tier. I feel like in terms of support for the average player trying to progress, I feel like he brings so much support to the table. So I'm a big fan of Pardon. Maybe, yeah, I'll leave him here. I'll leave him down here at the moment. Not quite C tier, but I think he's in the B category. Who should we talk about next? We need a S tier champion. Man, this is pretty tough. I'm going to say Helicath. Reason being is there's not many champions in the game that can do block damage on a 4-turn cooldown to enable those block damage compositions, and he is one of them. And adding to that, he actually also does the increased defense alongside that to amplify the damage of somebody like a Mishinaki or a defense-based champion that you're using as a DPS to slot into those unkillable roles. Whereas with other kind of unkillable block damage teams, it's traditionally attack-based DPS champions, right? I feel like Helicath is that person that can really add to the value of your defensive-based champions to enable them to hit harder. Also in some teams for like the Iron Twins Fortress and just loads of places in general, I feel like Helicath holds that value and he's very unique. So yeah, I'm a big fan of him and I believe he deserves S tier. Another S tier champion, I would probably go with somebody like a Herndig. I feel like Herndig deserves an S tier, especially for a fusion, because the value that he brings for Dark Fae and just many places in general, I feel like he's so versatile, and being able to like auto the Dark Fae in general, there's not many champions that can enable you to do that with presets. I'd say for me personally, I like to use a Biggin, but for a very similar reason. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Herndig, and he can hit relatively hard, so yeah, I like him. Next up, Nari the Lucky, my buddy. Oh, I don't know what people are going to think about this one. I'm going to put Nari in A tier. Reason being is he's the only champion in the game, as far as I'm aware, that can do decreased accuracy and decreased resistance in the same skill set. And he also does an AoE provoke, which is great for Decay and Hydra boss, great for PvP. And for Hydra in particular, for your second or go third teams, he's bringing so many things to the table. And I feel like he's so underrated in this game. He also has the A1, which can steal the buffs. So he's kind of provoking, he's stealing with the A1, he's throwing debuffs back at the enemies, he's doing decreased accuracy and decreased resistance. And I think because he's got such a unique skill set for one champion covering so much basis, I feel like he's just so underrated. So yeah, I'm actually happy with putting Nari here. I'll probably leave him before these guys though, but I definitely put him above any of these champions, 100% in my opinion. Next up, Gerptuk, I would say he's very niche. The only time that I use him is for damage tests, I guess. But he does have some use for like blockbusting Hydra boss. But apart from that, I don't really see too much value from a Gerptuk. But he does place the block buffs, like just places it. But I feel like C tier, I definitely put him above Lanafaru. Maybe even Elegaeus. I'll probably put him here. Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this. I'll probably put Kreela here. Move, guys. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy. Do I leave Brachus? Yeah, do you know what? I actually do leave Brachus there. I think he's super good. Maybe he's power crept by many champions, but this is my personal opinion. I don't know, man. Now I'm starting to like doubt myself. The more that we're going into it, it's like I'm kind of doubting my own tier list. Okay, maybe I'll probably put Sigmund above Brachus, like being subjective here. Rorik Wormbane, I would say he is high B tier. Probably put Foley here. Yeah, I feel like the way that he brings the stuns, he brings the the CCs, he's got that very funky A3, which is very unique in the game. Whenever he counterattacks, he actually uses his A3, which is his money scaling ability, instead of his default skill. Now, the only trouble is if you're trying to speed tune it, it gets really, really tough. I was actually speaking with Saphira from HH Gaming, and he believes that he's such an underrated champion for the clan boss. You can go check out that video as well, where we was kind of talking about that. But I feel like he's so underrated, guys. I really do. I feel like the value he brings with the termite manipulation as well is just so strong in this game. But yeah, I'm actually happy with putting him here. I believe he's got a passive as well where, what does he do? He hits harder against bosses and he doesn't take as much damage from them, or something along those lines. And I really strongly believe that when there's a new Hydra head coming into rotation, especially with this new fusion that's coming out, with the epic one, he's actually like an epic version of Rorik. And they're both immune to stun debuffs, right? They both place stuns, but obviously you have to do the termite manipulation to stun all enemies with Rorik. But they're both very, very similar, and I do highly believe that the new Hydra boss is going to be a stun mechanic. Now, that's just speculation, but I feel like if that does come into effect, somebody like Rorik is going to become S tier. Seriously, for something like Hydra. But obviously it's not in the game yet, but can I rank him this high? Oh, man. Guys, this is brutal. Do you know what? Just because there's nothing in the game yet, but I strongly believe that one day there will be a stun mechanic where you can stun a Hydra head and also be immune to the stuns because that's in their passives. I feel like he will hold value in the future somewhere. Even if it's not Hydra, maybe a new boss or something. There's going to be some sort of stun boss in the game and he's going to shine. So I'm going to put Rorik, I'll put him low B tier for now. Probably above Razin. And I love using him in Faction Wars as well, so yeah, I like him. Bivald of the Fawn is a strong A candidate. I put him above Brachus. We got the AoE provokes, we got the shields, we got the support. I feel like he's one of the best fusions to ever come out in Raid, in my opinion. In terms of like utility everywhere, I feel like he's super strong. So yeah, I'm really strong with the on that opinion with the A for Bivald of the Fawn. Now, another S tier champion will actually be Rotos. Rotos is a great PvP champion, really shines with Siphi, but also amazing for so many of the Doom Tower bosses and bosses in general. And I just feel like he's just, there's no way in the world you could put him below S tier, in my personal opinion, for a fusion. So, yeah, I'll probably put him above Herndig, maybe above Helikath. Maybe not. No, I'd actually leave him here. I like how I'm putting this right now. Mighty Uko, I would actually put S tier. I put him above Herndig. I believe for Hydra Boss, he's really great. If you talk about progression, he's got revives in his kit, block buffs, decrease attack A1 on an AoE. He just brings so much utility for his kit, especially in PvP as well. So Mighty Uko, definitely a champion that deserves the S tier slot. Tutor Rhymehide, A tier. I'd put him probably around here. Probably above Mother Cybele. Reason being is he's got the perfect veil for damage mitigation. We've got increased defense. We've got block debuffs. And there's just so much to his kit that's really great. You talk about Bommel, we've got an A1 decreased accuracy. You talk about Iron Twins, if you want to start using the resist strategy, A1 decreased accuracy. He's a great tank. He does those freeze mechanics as well with the passive. And yeah, I just think like he's a really great champion. I like him. Very underrated. Let me know if you guys use your Tutora. He's even really strong in the clan boss as well. Morrigan, I actually didn't go for the fusion. I'm not big on her. I'll put her somewhere around here, probably above Rorik. I'm not a big fan of Morrigan personally. You see, the thing is with Morrigan, if she had an AoE decreased speed, I'd actually been all for it. I'd have thought she was amazing, but I just feel like decreasing the turn meters and yeah, there's a chance for a true fear, but there's so many champions in the game that can do true fear, like Harvest Jack. It's like, if you've got Alessandro, if you've got like a Deacon Armstrong, do you really need a Morrigan? You know what I mean? But then again, if you do pull it and you don't have those champions, she's really great. So I feel like the high version of the B tier is kind of good for her. Sir Nicholas, I would probably put him in A tier. I feel like for progression, you put him early game, he's going to carry you. Clan Boss, you can't really use Unkillable in Iron Twins now. But just so many places where I feel like he's a very strong carry. And he's held that value for the amount of time that he's been out. And especially for the value. Like, if you guys go back and look at the Santa Fusion, it was so easy. So, yeah, I think for that, he deserves a A tier. But at the very bottom, I'd say. Maybe above Nari. Apart from Clan Boss, I don't see him being used that much. So I'll leave him here. Gaius, I'd probably put as the highest A. Potentially S. I'm going to put in S tier. I feel like he's the best bomb champion in the game. And he hits really, really hard as well with the way that he detonates. He's got that funky passive where he can put the bombs on people that attack him. And when he dies, he can actually like detonate all of the bombs as well. And you can kind of revive him, get back into a rhythm, place more bombs. And he just holds value in so many places in this game. Like PvP, Doom Tower. And he's got the AoE sleep as well alongside that. So it's crowd control. So I'd actually put him above Herndig. I'd put him above Herndig. I feel like Herndig is very niche. Nightmare campaign farming and Doom Tower. And some sort of progression stuff. But I feel like Gaius holds a lot more value. Yeah. Torment, I'd probably put S tier as well, but maybe at the bottom. I feel like the way that he brings so much CC to his game is very, very strong. And I would love to have a Torment on my account. And I can't really put him in anywhere below that, honestly. Yeah, I feel like if you pull a Torment and you're in your progression period, he's going to be such a carry for your accounts. And then with Verse of the Grim, I don't know where to put him because he does bring so much stuff with like ally protection, increased defense. I'm going to put him in high B tier. I'll probably put him somewhere like there. Maybe not just A yet because there is many champions in the game that does ally protection. But both in the same skill set is really strong. But yeah, I feel like here's a good place to put him. Damn, my B is outpowering the A's. I guess that's all right. Morley, I'd probably put in A as well. Somewhere around here. Maybe above Brachus. Yeah, let's say this. Like, she's very strong for PvP, and I feel like she's a great champion to have on your account. Especially with those revives too. But she is a life token champion now as well. So I don't know if we call her a fusion or a life token. But yeah, really, really strong champion. I don't have one personally, but I'd love to. Now, in terms of the Shadow King champion and Yoshi the Drunkard, one that I really slept on for a long time, I actually think he deserves S tier, but at the very bottom. Reason being, he's got increased accuracy, decreased accuracy, he's got burns, he's got so much utility to his kit. The truth is, I just feel like he's very underrated and deserves to be up there. And I've seen him use it a lot in some Platinum Arena videos as well, in some arena teams. So yeah, holds up to end game, holds a lot of value, and he looks really cool as well. I like him. Pixneal, let's not talk about you. You go straight to the bottom with your random freezes. Get a buff. Iron Brago, I would put in A tier, probably around here. He's got that amazing passive with the increasing of defense. You've got defense in Doom Tower as well. Really solid DPS for the clan boss and brings so much utility. And being a very unique champion, having the increased defense for a free turn duration on a free turn cooldown, enabling some really cool teams and not needing an extender for that. So also the decreased attack and provokes. So actually I'd put him up here. I'll put it probably next to Tutor Rhymehide. Vlad the Nightborn, I think he doesn't get cut enough slack. I think he's pretty decent. Maybe he gets power grab by so many champions in the game, but he hits relatively hard. He's great for Scarab King with the max HP stuff. He's got turn meter reduction. I actually like him. I'll probably put him above Moranix. Somewhere around here. Yeah, I like him. He's got that thing where he does revive on death, drop the fence on A1. Great for faction wars. Yeah, I like him. Karato Fox Hunter, I'm not a fan in this game, but I know a lot of you guys are. He hits relatively hard, but I feel like lots of his value comes from Yameko, right? So, for a champion like that, I can't really grade him because as a standalone champion, he's like, meh. Like, he hits hard and that's it, but so does so many other champions. Free Spirit, I get it, but I feel like if you got Yameko, amazing. If you don't have Yameko, you're probably using somebody else, let's be real. Astrolon, I'm going to put a strong A tier above Walking Tomb Dreng. I feel like he holds so much value with that 100% stun on the AoE. Not many in the champions in the game can do an AoE stun at that chance. He also does the thing where he can revive allies when he kills an enemy. Great for locking out the spiderlings. And has a cool pairing with Countess Licks. And also a drop defense on the A1. So I feel like he just holds a lot of value. And he hits really hard, right? On his AoE. And strips off the perfect veils for PvP. So, yeah, is there anything I'd like to tweak here before we go and check out the other content creators? I'll probably put Brackus a bit lower here. Probably put Brago above Walking Tomb Dreng. Yeah, probably Mother Cyborg here as well. I'll put Nari Lucky. Yeah, I'll leave him low A tier. Definitely not B tier for me. He's definitely up there. I'll probably put Shamrock. Okay, I feel like I put Skullord a bit too high. I feel like Cantra needs to be higher than Morrigan. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with this one. And then put Gerptark. I'll probably put Elegators first or second. Vergum Car is definitely better than these two. But, yeah. Yeah, guys, I think that's my Fusion tier list. Now, I'm very excited to see what the other content creators have done. So, let's have a look at Des. Who would have it? I guess, shall we check out Ash's one? No. Chosen's? Or does he does... Let's have a look. So, okay, so we got very similar ones in terms of S tiers. Nari and Brackus and F. Okay, okay, guys. Wait. Okay, this is gonna get spicy now. This is gonna get spicy. Okay, so he circled this out. So that's Ash's one. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me just blow it up a little bit. So Ash here put Nari the Lucky up here. Rotos in A. Yeah, I'd probably agree with Chosen on the S tier for Rotos. Morley S tier. I can see it. 100% I can see it, but for me, I don't know. I feel like she just deserves the A in my personal opinion, but I haven't had too much play of testing with her, so it's really hard to judge that one. Skullord up here as well. Karato. Yoshi and... Oh. Where did I put Yoshi? I put him up here. I feel like he holds a lot more value than B tier, honestly. Rorik in in F as well. Where did you put Rorik? Both in F. Guys, am I wrong? Wait, do you know what? It's okay. I'm fine with this. Nobody's perfect. I wanted to judge it off my own personal standpoint, and that's great. I'm just kind of blown away how different mine is. Like, I must be the one in the wrong here, maybe. Damn, okay. He did put Gaius up here. I'll leave all of these videos in the description below as well, guys, if you want to go check them out properly. Okay, Nub. Don't let me down. Please don't say what you did to Nub, to Nari the Lucky. Did you flank him as well? Where do you put Nari? Where do you put Nari? C tier? Oh, guys, what are you? It's okay. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down here. Nari the Lucky's getting some heat coming his way. Who else we got here? You put Morrigan in A tier. He put it low A, so I was gonna say like borderline top B, early A, but we're very similar though, me and Nub. Where's mine? Where did he put Yoshi? Oh, he put Yoshi up here as well. Somebody's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So who else did I put that he didn't? I must have added somebody else. I put Gaius there maybe. Oh, so he's put Gaius top A. But very similar. I feel like I was very off with... Well, I guess we all did very similar ones. You put Totoro in A, Ash. Nub put... Okay, so that was very similar. Yeah, very similar thing here with me and Nub with the B tier as well. With like the Morrigans and the Hex. But I don't feel like Skull holds the A value. I really don't. Like, I use him a lot. Don't get me wrong. I've built him really well. I use him for Hydra Boss. I just don't feel like he's used anywhere else. Like, seriously. Like, AoE decrease attack, great for decay, but... You know what I mean? Like, there's not really much else there. Apart from being a sitting duck. Kantra... Do I want to change that? I did say earlier I wanted to put Kantra higher. I'm actually going to change that. Now that I've seen Nub's one... Yeah... I feel like Kantra is very underrated. I was kind of speculating that in the start of the video as well, to be honest. So he's put Razin where? Where did I put Razin? I put mine in B, I think. So I put low B. He put like kind of mid B. Foley, Astralon? No, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't put Astralon in B tier. No way. Brackus in C as well. Damn, everybody's hating on Brackus. F tier. I believe, what's that? Behind Ash's one, I think it's C tier. Wow. Where did I put him? I put him A tier, right? I put him right up there. He's so unique. Like, who in the game does what he does? I get it. Like, you're not going to use him everywhere, but I feel like for where you do use him, he's really, really strong, man. Like, PvP progression, like, he can easily carry you. Like, being able to die, revive, and slash, like, the main target. Let's just say you got someone in stone skin. Like a reviver or something, like a cardinal. Like, you can get nuked, revive, nuke them all. And then if he dies again, you can just revive and just do another slash or something. Like, that 6-time hitter and the 3-time hitter for Giant Slayer procs is so underrated. Really, really underrated. Especially that it's got a weaken and his A1 hits really hard against Demon Lord Clan Boss. So I think he deserves A, honestly. At the very, very least, B. I couldn't put him lower than that. No way. But yeah, that is going to be all for the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure that you drop a sub to all of these guys because they're amazing, good friends of mine, and it's all fun and games at the end of the day. It's just really fun to see different points of views on champions and how we kind of grading them along the line. And the way that other people actually judge these champions as a whole. So I've seen a few surprise ones. I think the main takeaway was the controversy on Nari. I feel like Chosen, Nub, Ash, if you guys ever want to talk about Nari the Lucky, let's talk about it because what's going on? Like, Ash got the right one here, so Chosen, Nub, please. I need some enlightening here. Like, what is so bad about this champion? Like, I don't understand, seriously. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.